When we go back to see 2016 to 2020, this entire four-year period, so the highest was 2017. Of course, this one, how should I say? There are a lot of hype over here, a lot of hype during the May to November 2017, May to November 2017, and then it went up all the way to 20,000. But will this happen again? Of course, a lot of people are expecting it to happen again. People are hoping to happen again, especially those. I would say that the wheels are trying to drive the direction forward. So you can see that 2019 graph shows a little bit similar to the 17 graph, but it doesn't go shoot up. It cut off at 10, 13, 12,000. And then moving forward, you can see that it's just hanging in between the 10,000 and 9,000 mark most of the time. Yeah. So coming back to just a few days ago, this is how the price goes. 2 days ago it was 10,000. 10,000.
2 days ago from 10. No, not 10,000. 9,009.
8 of May, that was about 10,000. That was about 10,000. And then it hang between 9 plus, and then went deep down to 9,005. And then it, midnight on the 10th, it should, or not should, it dived down $1,000. Yeah. So the key question here is, will it, because halving, this was halving, will it go up again? Of course, a lot of people are very expectant of it to go up, but I have a lot of reservation because how the news are being pushed out to the public, how the hype is being drawn from the public. I think this time, I don't think it can move the way people want it to. Yeah. So consider the fact that over the last 1 year, you see a lot of new wallets. Not say new wallet, a lot of new Bitcoin or cryptocurrency enthusiasts. They come into the market, they download a new wallet, and then they just put $100. You know,
that is the Bitcoin wallet.
That
is the Bitcoin wallet or the other wallet?
Any other wallet that can hold Bitcoin. So most of them, they'll just hold $100 just to test and see. Of course, if I'm new, not unsure of the market situation, I'll do the same thing. If I'm very, very, very interested in Bitcoin, I will probably just put $100 and see whether it can turn into $120, right? Yeah. So I think that is the natural approach, because we all don't want our money to just disappear overnight. Having seen how the market moves, it can go up a little bit and then drop 1,000, and then try to go up a bit and drop 1,000. That is a little bit too much for conventional investors. Those who typically invest in stock market, those who typically invest in forex, I don't think they can handle this kind of sudden dive. Yeah. Perhaps some maybe they can handle, but they don't expect it to dive like that just overnight. It's a gap. It's basically gapping. Yeah. So that's why they are in a lot of trouble now. So this particular company, they started with one tanker way back in 1970s or something like that, and then when I get to know them 10 years ago, when I deal with some marine industry people, I learned that they already have 100 or 200 over tanker ships, something like that. That's a lot of ships. Yeah, now it just all went down. Talking about which, you see how people's spending, how people consume oil and fuel, in a sense, well, it's going to change a little bit. Yeah, because very simple. you look at how the world is actually changing. When you talk about fuel, we talk about we remember this guy's face, you know, Elon Musk. Yeah, you know you don't need no more oil in future. That's what he's probably thinking in this picture. But the thing is, electronic vehicles, I mean electrical vehicles, you see that there are so many Tesla or rather electric car EVs on the road these days. In comparison to fuel car, it's still not many. Honestly speaking, it is still picking up pace. I think 3 years ago when I wrote a white paper on energy, electrical energies. So I did a research there at the time. So there were about, I can't remember, 2,000 over. At that time, there were about 2,000 over EVs in Southeast Asia, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, just Southeast Asia alone. But now, fast forward 3 years later, I believe there are more. It's probably triple the number or something like that. Even in Singapore now, we see a few Tesla already. Yeah, so the number has been growing. The usage has been growing. Of course, in the US, there are more because they are made in the US. But as this EV grow, you know that people's consumption of electricity will increase. Because of this vehicle thing, maybe they will consume petrol, gas, or whatever less. So that in turn change the landscape of how people consume fuel and electricity. This is about 190 meters or 100 over meters basically. Yeah. So this, if I'm not wrong, this one is the Morocco one, if I'm not wrong. This is another version of the tower, which is somewhere else. There are a few of these towers in US.
Yeah.
This one looks a little bit silly, but it works for them.
Yeah.
This is generally how it will looks. You look like. All
Oh,
right.
it looks like a tower.
So this is basically we call this a molten salt tower, molten salt solar tower. So if you look at the pictures, this will be what you'll be seeing. Basically, mirrors. They reflect the sunlight all the way to the center of this the top tip of the tower. So what happened in the tower is that they have molten salt, liquid salt. They flow all the way to the top, and then the sunlight that reflect from the panels on the bottom, they shine and they heat up the salt.
Yeah.
So this hot, typically about 800 degrees Celsius, they will flow down. So and then they will use the heat, because this heat can be stored for some time. The heat loss percentage is about maybe 2% or 4% over the 12-hour period, which is very little. So they are using this heat to heat up the water to steam the turbine. So this turbine will just keep spinning to generate electricity. So what is going on worldwide? There are a number of countries in the world that have, just give me a moment, that have this. Let me find my WhatsApp message. Because I'm charging my phone there, so I need to access using my desktop to access my WhatsApp. Give me 3 seconds. So basically, there are a number of countries in the world that has this molten salt tower. So what does this how much electricity can this molten salt tower produce? For a small tower, maybe this small tower has a number of maybe 2,000 panels, something like that. 2,000 panels shining the light on the tower. So these 2,000 panels will be able to generate electricity that's enough for 25,000 families, 25,000 homes. So the larger one is up to 10,000 or more panels. So they can generate enough electricity for about 75,000 homes. Yeah. So based on how electricity generation, energy generation is changing in its landscape, I believe that as EVs are rolling out in the street every day, there's a constant change. Basically, what we are seeing here is constant change of consumption, switching from fuel to electricity. So I think that's why Elon Musk want to start opening his factory ASAP to make sure that the production go on. Whether he'll get arrested or not in what the article say, I don't know. But yeah, so consumption has changed. Yeah, so more of electricity consumption, and the fact that electricity is being consumed more and more, I believe that if we can build a system that a token system for electricity, that'd be great. Someone done it 2 years ago, but I think they flopped because they were basically using electricity sharing as a way to raise ICO. But I don't hear of them anymore. Their price probably went down already. Yeah, so they are basically trying to raise that 30 million, and then I don't know what they do with the money. But if a business and a project is serious about this electricity thing, they can do very well in the coming 5-10 years. I don't think there will be a problem. Because why? We have so many population in the whole. This world has 7.7 billion population. I mean, if each house has 3% or 4%, that is like how many homes we have? We have billions of homes. We have billions of homes that need the power electricity, and that figure alone is only for daily use, not including EVs, electric vehicles. But if you consider electric vehicle coming in, they will need more electricity for that, because why? You're going to full charge your car and then let it use for one whole week, travel for 600 kilometers. Of course, maybe the battery is bigger, you can travel for 600 kilometers. But the thing here is that everything is changing. Yeah, so that's why I believe that because of all this that is changing, this cryptocurrency thing coming in right now actually is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just how we are going to use crypto and leverage on crypto. Yeah, of course. Now you look at the number of wallets, worldwide. That how many wallets are being downloaded? There's about 45 million crypto wallets that are being downloaded all across the world. How many people have more than one wallet? Maybe I have more than one. I have 1 or 2 or 3 wallets. So let's divide the number by 3 or 4. So let's say it's 10 million users, 10 million individuals that has a Bitcoin or any other crypto wallet. So 10 million users, you multiply, or rather you divide it by the world population, 7.7 billion, is still very little. It's just like 0. something percent. Yeah, still very little, which means what? There's a lot of potential to grow. Yeah, a lot of potential for it to flourish. Just look at credit card. Not 100% of the world population have credit card, right? Perhaps maybe only about 20-30% of the world population have credit card. Yeah, because the of course if you are talking about city living people, of course there will be more. If you are talking about including the third world villagers, they don't need credit card. They just bring their cow to you and exchange for
that's right.
something. Earnings become half, but their expense are still the same.
Yeah,
so you are spending the same electricity to mine this amount, and then halving, then you can only mine this when you spend this electricity.
Yeah, that's right. February 26, 2024. Yeah. Next 4
Blockchain has the power to enable that to happen. Yeah, so you're just going to bring, of course you don't store 10 million in this small bank. Yeah, you store enough for you to spend, do your spending easily without worries. I think that's, guys, again, in a couple of days.
Yeah.
As for what we have discussed so far, I think we will stop for this for today.